everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we're going to do another retro gaming video. This time we're looking at Mission Command, the air game. This is another Milton Bradley game. You may have seen my previous review of the Mission Command Sea game, and that's part of a series. They had sea, air, and ground, land. So this obviously is the air version. So this is a fun little game. I actually played it with my kids before shooting this video to kind of remind me how it plays. You can kind of see what it comes with. You've got airplanes, you've got dice, you've got cards. Eliminate enemy aircraft. You are the squadron leader of 2 elite fighter planes on special maneuvers. Your mission is to shoot down your opponent's 2 aircraft. You are fully armed with missiles and cannons, but your opponent is equally prepared. Plan each move carefully to avoid being hit. Alright, so pretty cool stuff. The models you get are an F-22 Raptor and an F-35 Lightning, which is pretty weird that I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. It kind of looks like a mishmash of both. It has 2 engines, so it's probably supposed to be the Raptor, but these are horribly drawn airplanes on the cover. I can't make sense of how that engine's going from the cockpit, so that must be a centerline engine. And then I don't know what that engine. That's just bad drawing. All right, there you go, guys. So let's take a look at the pieces here. All right, so here is the game board. It's your typical game board. They are spaces are these rectangles, and then planes can also move on the diagonal. This isn't going to be a how to play video, just kind of show you some of the components. The planes are actually not bad. This is an F-22. I mean, they're very simple. They're closer to toys than anything else, but they have some cool paint. They've got some fading. You get 4 teams, and this is one of the reasons why I actually like this game, is you get 4 teams, and they are not only are they cool different colors, but they're also let you play with 4 people. Here's an example of the F-35. And this game was released way back in the I want to say the early 2000s, 2003, something like that. But it's cool that you get the latest airplanes in the Air Force inventory. So there's 8 planes in the game. Each team gets a F-22 and an F-35. Like I said before, I like this game because it's 4 players, and it's the kind of 4-player game that is good. A lot of times 4-player, 3-player, you can have people team up on other people and skew the balance, or someone's attacking someone else and leaving someone else in a powerful position. That's not the case with this game because it's so fast, and planes just fly around the board everywhere. It really makes 3-player games possible and 4-player games possible. Whereas when we were talking about that C game before, that's really just a 2-player game. So that's one of the big advantages, particularly since I have several kids. I can get more than just one playing this game at a time. Game-wise, too, you get cool game boards. Each plane has damage locations. You know, they can take wing hits, engine hits, cockpit hit, tail hits. And then if a particular area is completely destroyed, like all 3 wings, or both engines, or both tail, or the 1 cockpit hit, if that's hit, you're destroyed. And each plane can also maneuver differently. The F-35, ironically, is the more maneuverable of the 2. You can add 1 to your movement, whereas the F-22 has a stronger body, has more wing hits. The most common hit is a wing hit. Each plane also has missiles and a cannon to represent what it's got. So that's kind of cool. So the graphics on the game are very nice. Otherwise, the mechanics are quite easy. It's driven by cards, a card interaction. So you have your cards. Each person has a deck of cards. like 7 cards per person, and you know, this card might be something like hard right. So your plane moves hard right, and there's a little picture there that shows you move to the square to the right. You roll 2 dice, 2 black dice in this case, and I would move 4 squares to the right. So in this case, if that's my plane, I would just move 1, 2, 3, 4. And simple as that. You have a cone of fire for your missiles. You have cannons that shoot straight ahead. You roll dice to see if you hit, and if you do hit, you roll dice to see where you hit. And then planes are shot down. So it's a real simple game. I explained it to my youngest daughter. She'd never played it before, and within 5 minutes, she'd fully grasped all the concepts of it. I guess we could rate this on playability. It's very playable. Lots of player up to 4 can play, which is really nice. Historically, since you're having random cards, you have a hand of maneuver cards, and you have to pick which one you use. You can't always do the maneuver you want, and the maneuvers come in initiative order, which is kind of cool as well. So certain planes can activate before others and whatnot. But it's not too terribly realistic. It has the basics of flight, so you can fly forward, you can bank, you can, but there's no turning. And this game, once you fly off the edge, you come on the other side, so you can pop behind someone by flying forward really fast. So all the details, I'm sorry about that, all the details of air combat, not very realistic, but it definitely gives you the flavor of it. It does feel like you're flying very fast, very deadly fighter jets. If there's only one complaint I would have about the game engine, would be that you're only dealing 1 damage at a time. A missile hits 1 damage, and so on and so on. So it can take a little while to wear down these planes, whereas in a real aerial dogfight, 1 missile would typically take care of it. So one of the modifications that we've played in the past is when a missile or gun hits, instead of just doing 1 damage like it does in the base game, we roll a die and do that number of damage. So we would do 3 damage in 3 different locations. So the planes tend to die quicker, and it gives you a faster game, and you can reset, or you could start bringing on additional planes. But a lot of fun. I recommend it if you've got kids. I know it's out of print, but you can definitely find copies on eBay, and Board Game Geek has it in their marketplace every once in a while. But overall, it's a pretty fun game. Should also mention the other components. You do have damage markers, which are pretty cool. You do have missile tokens to keep track of the number of missiles your plane has fired. So it's pretty cool. Planes come with a flight stand, so if you want, you can bank them in the direction that they are, banking for that turn. No, there's no game play component to that, but it is cool that you can pose your planes dramatically. All right, well, there you go, guys. That's a look at Mission Command, the air game from Milton Bradley. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do consider giving us a like and subscribe. Click that bell to receive notification when we release new content. As always, thanks for watching, and keep on wargaming.